So who's this? Huh?
Who is this?
Yeah, who's this?
Visitor to Canberra.
Yeah, you visited Canberra. Come on, give me a voice. Give me a
No.
Take out Andrew. Can you take off Andrew?
No, guys.
Come on,
Sorry.
take off Andrew.
I can't do that, you know what I mean?
Can't,
No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You could dig up the videos from 1995 and you'll see some priceless stuff
So
there.
of all the videos, what was the most moving for you?
Oh, I think it was the Caldis one that he did in 2001.
2001.
Yeah, that one. With Auntie Julie up there and with Dad as well. So that was really good. Yeah.
So what do you think of him?
They're not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
He does a good job.
So, out of 10, what would you give them?
Oh, I'd give him 2, 3.
2 or 3, huh?
Yeah.
Definitely improved. Definitely improved. I wonder what he was saying
good.
about that.
No, very nice. I'll say 9.5.
Where's she going? Huh? I'm going to test you now. Tell me about your family. How many people in your family? Huh?
Family?
Yeah, tell me about your family.
How big's the family?
Yeah. How big's your family?
Big enough.
Well, you started with what?
Started with,
You're the eldest?
I am, the eldest of 4 boys.
Yeah. Tell me the boys. Who are the boys?
Myself, Paul.
Who are you?
I'm George.
George. Come on, George. What?
No, I'm not going far that far.
Come on,
No.
George. What? Come on, you can do it. Just a minute, take a breath and go with me. Forget
I'm enjoying my
everybody else.
cannoli.
George Cannoli. Okay,
Yeah.
George Cannoli. Yeah. How many brothers you got? And what are their names?
Beautiful.
I want those little Dutch pancakes.
Oh, the prophet did it.
Have they got it here? Have you seen them?
I don't know,
I feel
no.
like I'm smelling them.
Yeah.
It's the cannolis.
I'll tell you what, behind
Cannolis
they
are
are.
beautiful.
No, yeah, I know.
They're the
I'm like
cannolis.
half Italian. Man, I
Right,
smell
right, okay, well there you go. You know about it.
Yeah, I want those little...
Yeah.
I know, playing tricks on me.
Yeah.
So you attract the women too, huh?
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go,
nice
mate.
to touch, huh? So you married who?
Married Salam.
Salam, what's she like?
Oh, she's beautiful.
Beautiful?
Yep.
Still beautiful?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
More beautiful than I met her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Still in love with her?
Yeah.
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 It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
She drive you nuts at all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's part of the whole thing, isn't it? Yeah.
So your brothers?
Yep.
Tell me about your brothers.
We're all good guys. We're all good. We'll get along well.
So Paul?
Paul, yep.
Who's
Leon
your,
and
who's your
Chris.
favourite brother?
Oh, there's no favourites.
Yeah?
All equal.
You seem like Auntie Julie. Is that where you got off from? Huh?
Yeah, well, you know. Great minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cut from...
What else did you get from her?
Everything good. Everything that was good about it. Yes.
What about your father? What did you get from your father?
Oh, where do I start? Man, you put the bloody camera away for Christ's sake.
That's what they always told me.
Just put the bloody
Hey,
camera
guess
away.
what? Guess what happened to me? A few weeks ago, I had a camera stuck up my bum.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. You want to see the photos?
Oh. Are they able? Can you actually... You retrieve the footage?
Yeah, I got the footage.
Oh, you got the footage.
It's
You
stills.
managed to get it out. Okay.
It's still, isn't it? Dante said, "Oh, can I see the photos?" It's a boy thing, you know.
Oh, mate, 100 times better. Yeah. Brunettes is overrated.
So what are you having? What sort of coffee are you having?
I'm having a latte,
latte?
double shot.
Yeah,
This is called a coffee.
a George latte.
So George, yeah,
You say you're a latte person, eh?
I'm everything. Man, I just mix and match.
Yeah. So try it. What do you think?
Very nice. Very nice. Yes.
Other lattes you have?
Oh, lattes or cappuccinos or short blacks. Mix it up. You know what I mean?
What about in the location?
Oh, it's a lovely location. Yes. Beautiful location, Haig Park. It's,
Tell me, having a little sip, what you think? Because now you're right in the forest.
very nice. Yeah, very
What
nice.
you should do is you give a cheers to the trees.
Absolutely.
You see this beautiful spot there, isn't there? Isn't it beautiful?
Absolutely.
It's the first time I've noticed it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful. Look at that across the road here. You got
Lovely setup.
how many's you eat?
I had 5.
Had 5.
Oh, nice.
You're kidding.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, chocolate, ricotta, strawberry.
Which one was your favourite?
Oh, chocolate. Yeah, I love chocolate. Yeah.
Chocolate's my favourite too.
Yeah.
What else do you like about the markets?
Oh, the people holding the cameras.
Yeah, what about that? Were you going to something else, eh? You moved
Sorry?
another order, did you?
No, I was just asking if I could have some freebies, but I got told to go away.
That's my cousin.
Yeah. Asked for some freebies, I got told to go away.
What kind of...
Caldis from Playa.
Yeah. So you play in Venezuela,
Yeah. Leone Edisor.
You been there?
Yes. Very brief. Yeah, Playa. I went there in 2000, my first trip to Greece, and met my Theo Socrati. Yeah, he was there at a cafe and had a chat with him, and very brief chat with him. Yeah.
Who's your cousin, your uncle?
My uncle, my papu's brother.
This mask is doing my head in. This mask
So-
is just awful.
What other moments in Greece? Tell me about this.
Oh, that was some beautiful moments. Went to Edisor as well. My dad's cousin John from America took Leon and myself around to Edisor. So where I was born, and where obviously Aunt Effie, your mum, and all the sisters were born. Yeah, it was beautiful. Then we went up to Molivo, where the olives, in the northern part of the island. Went down to Pomari. Yeah, it was beautiful. Had a great time. Just the history, the stories, yeah, everything. And just the cousins who you met that you knew so much about from pictures and photos and videos, but you actually got to meet them. So yeah, that was really lovely.
Special, isn't it?
It is. It was beautiful, like to hear this, just to first hear the stories from from Auntie Julie when she was, when we were kids, but then to actually go there and visit and meet the people who you've heard so much about. It was, yeah, really lovely. And to see the places and to sort of, to really just experience it. Yeah, and just realise that, your cousins that you meet are just, yeah, you've just got that connection. You just, when they say things, you just know that, yeah. It's hard to describe, but yeah, it's priceless. It really is.
Certainly worth the effort, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
What about the places themselves? The people make it happen. But what about the spaces?
Yeah.
Did you feel a connection to that?
Yeah, just the real, I don't know, just hearing about my, Papu when he grew up and what he went through and coming to Australia and even your and your mum as well. And if you Auntie Jessie, Auntie Elaine, just all their upbringing for the first sort of 10 years of their life before they came to Australia, and what it was like, what great grandmother was like. Yeah, and just to hear the people that you meet there that talk about, Yulia, or just tell you stories about them when they came back to Greece and the beautiful memories they have. Our cousins in Athens, they would talk about Auntie Julie coming to visit them when they were children, and going to see them and saying, "Oh, I can't believe you had such a beautiful yaya. She did this for us, she did that for us, she did this." She's just talking about it like it's just.
You remember it?
Yeah, it's just like they just remembered yesterday. As soon as they see you and you just have a connection and just. And they told, and she would also bring photos and videos over to Greece about us, So they would say, oh yeah, and then you'd go into their living room for my Thea Marika, and there'd be a photo of us, little kids there, and that my yard brought over. Yeah, it's just lovely to have that connection, not just their stories, but also the things that the house and the photos they had there, and yeah, it was, that's how you know you're related.
So you're related to this historical, goes right back, and encompasses so much. Compare that with your mother. Your mother's not Greek, is she? No,
June's not. Yeah, Mum was, so she obviously, she was born in Queensland. She left to travel to New Zealand for a couple of years when she was 18, so she left home very early. Yeah.
Have you much of a connection with your mother's family?
A little bit more to my nana, my mum's mum, and to my aunties and uncles, but only I haven't visited for a number of years now. So.
What about your cousins?
A couple, some of them I do. Yeah, but again, I haven't visited Brisbane or Queensland for. I met up with a couple of them, but not all of them. So it's that, and some of them live interstate too. So. In Sydney or other places, so it's a bit hard, but yeah, it's a different connection to, I suppose, the connection on the Greek side of the family.
So it sounds like the Greek connection's a richer connection.
Yeah. Born out of a lot more adversity, I think, too, in terms of, and just having to migrate to a different country, different language, customs. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, it's a different connection. Yeah.
Because Annette says quite often to me that she's grateful for my family. Well, she's from a family of. How many in your family? 6 or 8? How many in your family? Brothers and sisters? Sister?
I've got 3.
4. A family of 4. And she's grateful to my family. That is welcomed her, and like they did, going to Mum's place every Sunday or weekend,
Yeah, Macaulay Street. Yeah, I remember that.
So the Greek connection so much enriching her life, her life.
Not a different perspective, another,
And she's always been grateful for that. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's one of those things that you don't appreciate until, like, going to see my ER, like on the weekends. Dad would take us down to see Auntie Julie and visit her, and she'd always make us lunch, and we'd have coffees and have a laugh. We'd play some backgammon. Sometimes Auntie Elaine or Auntie Jessie would come over, and we'd have a laugh with them. But yeah, it's one of those things that you just don't, you just don't appreciate when you have it. It's such a great time, but then one day you don't have it anymore. But you still got the memory. It's a beautiful memory to have. But it means a lot. It just means something unique, something so unique, and it's not like going to a football game or going to watch movies, or it's real, it's unique, and then you learn so much about yourself, but also about other people, and what really matters.
It's almost when you were saying about a multi-millionaire and millionaire, really this is the richness.
Yeah.
This is being a multi-millionaire. Yeah. The experience that we've had is greater than.
Yeah. Those millionaires, those millions of dollars, it should be just a byproduct of what you're actually trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. If money comes, great, but that should just be always be a byproduct of, and then invested for a greater good after that.
So, are you going to now pass that on? And you're sort of investing it for a greater good. That's money, but for
Yeah,
get
in
the
terms
money,
of wisdom.
experience, the,
Yeah.
the wisdom, that
Wisdom,
you've
the
had.
knowledge, yeah.
Are you gonna
Next
pass that on?
generation. Absolutely. Raises a lot of questions about, you know, who would you pass it on to, and obviously you've got your, you know, family or your brothers or your siblings, or but then, you know, raises questions about mentoring or you know, or guiding, so, you know, playing that sort of a mentor role in your life.
It's a big thing, man.
Yeah, it is, because at the end of the day, the best lessons are the life lessons, the lessons of what you've learnt and what you can see other people and what they're trying to go through or get to, and you can sort of steer them on a right path, or not a right path, but there's different paths, and these are the different reasons why you should or shouldn't go down a path, or if maybe go down that path, but not right now, maybe later. So there's no right, or try not to do a right or wrong, but it's just more
With your
understanding.
brothers
Yep.
and their kids, you got, so you're an uncle?
Yeah, Amberley, Paul's daughter. She's 18.
You
Yes.
played that role with her?
In the years I've had involvement with her, yeah. So we were heavily involved in the first sort of 5-6 years of her life. Well, reasonable amount, and then yeah, only recently again. She's 18, so.
So you reconnected?
Yeah, it's certainly heading in that direction, yeah.
And what about Chris? Has he got kids?
No, Chris, no.
So
He's,
you've only got the one?
yeah, just the one niece or nephew, yeah. So, yeah, looking to expand. You know, obviously nice to have more, and looking to have more kids in the family, so yeah, see how we go.
I always wanted more. Two
Yeah.
wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And now with grandkids, three's enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's,
When you think of
yeah,
only Julie only had two, didn't she?
yeah. John and Anne, yeah. You think John had, you know, us 4 boys, so at least want to bring one more boy into the fold to have a Caldis name go down another generation. So yeah.
Well, it's not so much the name, but
Well,
the
that
feelings,
plus,
you know,
yeah,
the feelings that
yeah. Well, I'm
the
whether it's a boy or
roots,
girl,
yeah.
but yeah, someone to share those experiences with, and let them know what it was like to, you know, what you're part of, the greater connection that you're a part of. Those that have come before you, those that will come after you, and yeah.
it's a very noisy motor. This has been going non-stop, you know. But anyway,
Bloody
that's
hell.
okay.
Yeah, that's all right.
That was beautiful.
Mm.
So what's your name? What's your full name?
George Philip.
George Philip.
Philip, middle name. Yep.
Where'd they get the Philip from? That's
Don't know. I
nice-
should actually ask my mum that. I don't.
You never asked?
Dad chose Philip, but I never knew why he chose Philip. I should ask
Philip-
Mum. Mum might know.
Philip, maybe Philip was a great king,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah,
King
Philip of Macedon. Yeah,
Son was Alexander.
that's right. Correct. Alexander the Great. Yeah,
So maybe Dad was expecting big things of it.
maybe.
What do you think? What would you?
Oh,
What do you think he would think of you today?
good question. It's a really good question. Well, I think he'd be bloody well eventually got married, son. About bloody time. Only took you 43 bloody years.
Is that right? It took 43 years before he got married.
43. Yeah.
What were you scared of?
Oh, nothing. Just
Maybe
hadn't found the right
commitment?
person. No. Just hadn't found the person. Yeah.
So you're fussy. Did you get that from him? From Mum?
Nah. Nah. I don't know. Good question. But oh, it's just yeah.
What else would he say about you?
I don't know. Try to set an example. I don't know. Try to set a good example for, yeah, being the eldest. You cop the, you know, the sermon of, you know, you don't do this, you don't do that. Your brothers won't end up doing it, and blah blah blah. And yeah. So it's
Did you listen to him?
sometimes. Sometimes. No, it was good. It was. He always, whatever he wanted you to do, he always would do himself. He wouldn't ask you. He wouldn't be like, don't do as I do. Do as I say, not as I do. No, he'd always be. If he asked you to do something, he'd do it himself. So he was always, yeah, man of obviously man of principle. He liked having a joke, but yeah, there's jokes and there's Stefano jokes. So yeah, no, the family was always big for him. Always. He loved nothing more than just hanging out with, you know, my ER or with Anne and Cess, or you know, coming up here to see you guys. You know, he'd often love coming down when he was living with Mum up in Sydney back before I was born. I think he'd come down here and visit you guys and your parents, and
In Sydney, was it?
yeah, we drive down to Canberra and come back up. So I was fond of that as well, fond of those memories. Like, you know, the get-togethers in Melbourne we'd have when we were kids, like, you know, with Savis and George and Angie and my cousins, you know, Helen and Phyllis and Penny and Mark and Emma and Adam, and you know, with Peter and Lois. So yeah, it was all.
Wow.
It was always that. Yeah, that funny. Always connections there in the family. It was always.
It's like an encyclopedia of names, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Amazing. When you got all those connections here in Melbourne or Australia,
Yeah.
and all those connections in Greece.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate to have met my cousins overseas as well. It's been a while since I've seen them, but yeah, but have the connections, as I said, within at least, and then within Melbourne, obviously, and the several trips I made up here as well over the years to see you guys. So yeah, it just shows you the bond that, you know, the family started with here. That now is carried through, you know, coming to 100 years almost since they emigrated to Australia.
He's got to be pleased with that. He's got to, well
Yeah.
done, son. You know,
Yeah,
I'm proud of you.
yeah, bloody proud of your son.
Not easy to keep up with all that. You know,
Yeah,
really.
yeah. We'd always loved winding him up though, Dad. We'd always, you know, especially Leon and Christopher more so. I didn't do it too much, but they just took the cake in terms of winding Dad up. You know, Dad would say, "Oh, how'd you go on your test today, son?" Leon would go, "Oh, I don't know, don't care." Or Chris would go, "Oh, I failed." They go, "No, I failed. I didn't care. I don't want to go to school. It's overrated."
And what would he say?
And Dad would just look at him, just give him a death stare, just look away and shake his head.
Let me see it.
No, it's alright. No, we love winding him up a bit and imitating him, just keeping it, yeah, keeping it real. And
Well, he never had the luxury of, because it was just the two of them, he never had the luxury of winding up his own father.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
all the boys.
yeah, well, that's true, yeah, yeah.
Wound him up, you know.
And because he, you know, my papa was always in Benalla and he wasn't really home a lot. It was mainly his grandparents looking after him and Anne.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah,
He said he didn't really have a father, did he? Not like you.
father, yeah, a different
Not like you. You had a
father relationship, yeah. And for that,
He was there all the time.
and you know, you sort of think to yourself, well, you know, whatever failings, whatever things that, oh, I wish my dad did this, I wish my dad did that, whenever you think that, you think to yourself, what did they have? What did he have? I mean, when you look at the example, and it's the same for every generation, when you look at the example of what those before us had, and you look at what they've given us, you know, you think it's always more that you get than what your parents had ever had. That's my experience anyway. And the experiences, you know, the stories that Dad told us when he was growing up, jeez, you know, you got to look after, you know, and you raised 4 boys. So.
Who tested it? They were merciless.
Yeah, jeez, he's...
Well, the other 3 were.
Yeah, well, we do different ways. Probably tested his patience more over the years, like, you know, when are you going to bloody, you know, settle down, get a bloody house, get a bloody permanent job in the one company, don't move around all the time, like, you know, find a bloody woman. And there was one stage I was between contracts, and I was in a shit. Had my own place. I was just renting a place because you don't own a bloody house, you're not in a bloody job, you don't have a bloody car, you don't bloody have anything.
And what was your answer?
It's like, yeah. I know that. Nah, it was alright. It was just a temporary phase, but yeah, it was like, oh shit. It's it was. Yeah, you accumulate, obviously, like, you know, you accumulate knowledge and skills and experiences over time, and you just work out how to best to, yeah, pass it on to going forward. So, no, it's getting back to your earlier question, what would he say now? I think he'd be pretty proud. He'd like to think we do some things a little bit differently, but yeah.
I think he's very proud now, listening to you now.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure he is.
He's there, yep. They're all listening to us. Yeah.
Probably can see it on the outside, but to listen to you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're always there with us. Just that, you know, something that will happen, or they'll say, or you'll hear something, or you know, Leon or Paul or Chris might say something. It's like, yeah, what would Dad say? Yeah, he'd say this. Then we'll start bloody imitating him. Yeah.
Like what? Give me some imitation.
Oh. You know, just put your head down and bloody study, for God's sake. Don't bloody, look, just, oh, shit. Just sit down, all right? Just please, sit down. Son, sit down, all right? You can get up later on and do it. Don't do it now. We're about to eat dinner. Oh, God. Yeah, just, or he'd take the piss out of it, or he'd, you know, he'd see a politician on TV, or he'd just bloody start swearing at the TV, and not swearing, but cursing at the TV. So, yeah, just memories.
Did you lead an active life? Like you were running?
Oh yeah, I was, yeah. He later on he did. After he had the heart scare back 15 years ago. He had a minor heart scare, so I think after that he changed his diet, didn't smoke quite as much, changed his diet around, went for walks, so he started doing it. But before that, no, it was because it was such a high stress job he was in and always working, he wouldn't do a hell of a lot in terms of exercise and stuff. So, but yeah, in his later years, last 15, 20 years of his life, he did a lot more. Yeah, so it was, and that was good. So yeah, him and Sophie would often go for walks and stuff. So yeah.
Does he go on walks with you now and runs with you now?
He does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. As soon as my knee would start hurting, I'll just think of Dad. He goes, I told you, don't bloody run too fast. Jesus Christ.
Don't keep up with it.
Yeah. No.
Slow down, son.
Yeah, slow down. Settle down, slow down. Don't be an idiot. Whatever. It's, And the classic one was when we go to your Yar's, Auntie Julie's place, and Dad would take us down there. As soon as he walked in, Dad didn't have a jacket on, and first thing Auntie Julie would say is, "John, put your jacket on." And I said, "Yeah, put your jacket on, Dad." That's what Dad always tell us to put our jackets on. So they go, "All right, bloody put the jacket on."
Why the jacket? Why is that?
Second?
Why the jacket? Why?
Oh no, just it was cold. That's all.
Oh, cold.
Yeah, cold. Yeah. So yeah, Auntie Jill was the only one who could tell him what to do, and even then he rolled his eyes. Yes, Mum. Yes, Mum.
Well, she was beautiful. And Julie, she was my favourite. I know you can't have favourites, but
Yeah. Well,
she was
it's
magic.
yeah. I mean, as much as I saw of Auntie Elaine and Auntie Yasmin, you know, I love them both as well. But you know, this the way that whenever we'd either come up here or Auntie Effie would come down to Melbourne. Oh, yeah, that was special. And when the two of them were together, yeah, like all four of them, but when in particular Auntie Yasmin, Auntie Effie and Auntie yeah, just the mannerisms, not just the looks, but the mannerisms, everything. Just, and when I was talking to your mum, be like talking to my I'd be like, even on the, and especially on the phone, when you're talking on the phone to Auntie Effie, oh my God, it's like, yeah, talking to your yeah. Yeah. That's why that video was so beautiful, because it was like I hadn't seen video of footage of Auntie Julie in, God, years. Yeah, years. Probably 10 plus years, I think. 15 years probably. Yeah. And there's Christopher with his little interview pad asking questions. So, so what was your favourite toys growing up? Auntie Julie goes, we didn't have toys. We had to go run around outside and play together with my sisters. Didn't have Pokemons and bloody Game Boys and all that sort of stuff.
Thank you very much.